So, in terms of a more efficient way of solving these, it's going to come down to you got to eliminate a letter twice, right? So, we're either going to eliminate x twice, y twice, or z twice. And the y's on this one are great. The x's and z's aren't terrible. If these y's had different coefficients, I'd be pretty happy with either of these. So, let me just kind of talk through what I would do if I was going to eliminate x, what I'd do if I was going to eliminate z, and why I would choose to do y instead. So if I was going to eliminate x's, I would use equation 1 as much as possible because it's really easy. It's just x plus y plus z equals 1. There's not much going on there. So the odds of me like miscopying a sign or doing something dumb with a coefficient, it's a pretty straightforward equation. So if I were solving for x, I'd probably multiply equation 1 by -1 and then add it to equation 2. That would eliminate x's. And then I'd have an equation in y and z. And then for my second round, I would take -2 and multiply that through to equation 1. So I would have a -2x, and I would use that to eliminate this. And then I'd have two equations in y and z, and I could solve those. If I were going to eliminate z, I would probably do 2 times equation 1, and then add that to equation 2, equation 3, and eliminate z, so 2 across there, plus 2z minus 2z. And then for my next one, I would just add 2 and 3 together as they are, plus 2 minus 2, and the z's would cancel out. So neither of those are too hard, but the y's are actually great, because if I just put 1 and 2 together right now as they are, I don't have to mess with them at all. The y's will drop out. And if I put 1 and 3 together, just add them as they are, the y's will drop out again. So that's going to be my choice, because kind of every time you multiply, even if it's just, by -2, you're adding a step where you can make a little error that then makes the thing come out wrong. So let me show how I would do this in terms of using the y's. And the people who get these right on the exam are the people who do less math. Picking the easiest way is definitely the strategy on this style problem. So equation 1, let's get that written out. And then equation 2. And let me stop and make sure I didn't miscopy anything. That looks good. And we'll just add those together as they are. And right here we'll get 2x, y's drop out, plus 3z equals 9, and I'll call that one equation 4 just to give it a name. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but now with equation 1 and 3. So bringing over equation 1 here, and then here's equation 3. So 2x minus y minus 2z equals 7. And again, just making sure I didn't miscopy anything. Cool. And so let's see, x plus 2x is going to be 3x. The y's cancel out, and then plus z minus 2z would be a minus z equals 8. And we'll call that one equation 5. So then, looking at these, if I wanted to eliminate x, I could do this by -3 and get a -6x here, and do this one by 2 and get a 6x there. So that would take me 2 steps. But if I just multiply equation 5 by 3, I can eliminate that 3z right there. So that I only have to manipulate one equation. So like the goal here is to do it the laziest way you can to try to avoid errors. So we'll go equation 4, 2x plus 3z makes 9. And then we're doing 3 times equation 5. So 3 times 3 would give me a 9x right there, and then minus 3z equals 3 times 8 would be 24. And let's see, we're getting 11x, and then that would be, x not 33. I'm like, 11, that's not good. But no, 33 is okay, so then x equals 3. Once I have that, I can back solve to either of these other equations. Doesn't really matter, I'll just throw it in equation 4. So 2 times 3 plus 3z equals 9. So that's 6. Take 6 off of both sides. and 3z equals 3. It looks like z equals 1. And then equation 1 was pretty easy, so I'm going back there. So 3 plus y plus 1 equals 1. So y plus 4 equals 1, or y equals negative 3. So that's about the easiest way I can see to solve that one. And again, it's really just kind of looking at the three variables when you start the problem and decide which one's going to take you the least number of moves to get rid of that variable twice. And if there's something like that, yeah, definitely use that, because that's much simpler and introduces a lot fewer errors than once you have to start manipulating them. Cool, hopefully that helped a little.